Hey, Big Brother fans, we've got a brand new head of household winner for week 8 after Katherine was evicted on a 7-1 vote with Lauren as her sole vote to stay. Kelley scored another blockbuster win, but Ava was just a couple of seconds behind her. After the live eviction, we went into the comp. The feeds were down, but they didn't stay down too long. So maybe it was a quiz type thing or sheer luck. I'll tell you more the type of comp it was when I find out. But for now, I'm going to tell you who won. But first, some big stuff from the feeds you need to know and what Vince's girlfriend said about what he has been doing with Morgan. It's Belinda. Please click subscribe and let's get right into it. It was interesting to see Julie asking Katherine about Rylie, and she said she's into him, she's happy to have met him, and she liked him. I will say that that's what people who've been gaslit think, but you know, whatever. Katherine talked about how Rylie helped her get that far in the game, and Katherine also said she can't wait to see him. I am very interested to see if she reaches out to Rylie immediately when she gets her phone and whether Katherine's perspective changes once she talks to her family, once she hears the stuff about is there a kid, maybe 2, I don't know. Obviously, what we saw in the feeds with Rylie is what Katherine was living. So if that's what she wants, it is her life, but she definitely deserves some truth if there is a kid out there. So Angela's back for the veto comp next week. Is it a charcuterie comp? Will there be meats, cheeses, or crazy eyes? Also, the mastermind is back. I guess Allison Grodner finally remembered that. Also on Thursday, we have the last pre-jury eviction. All right. Before we reveal the week 8 head of household, got some mega scoop for you on Vinny the Lip and his Flirtmance partner, Morgan. So I'm going to dial it back to early August real quick for context. Vince was cam talking in the backyard about his pass to flirt that he said he had from his girlfriend. I went back and I rewatched the clip so I could quote it for you. So Vince was alone in the yard. It was late at night. He was playing pool. He was cam talking. He said he was borderline flirting with Morgan. Mind you, this was weeks before Vince and Morgan were spooning in his HOH room and getting touchy-feely, sparking cheat-mance chatter. So Vince said, quote, "I hope everybody knows Kelsey," that's his girlfriend, "would sign off on everything I say and do in here." Vince said, "Kelsey and I have very good communication. She told me to do whatever it takes to effing win this money." Then Vince talked about being desperate to win the money, to make Kelsey proud, to be a good provider for once in his life, he said. Vince said, "Kelsey knows what I got to do in here." He said, Kelsey told him to play into egos. If it's a little flirting, that's fine. Direct quote. Then it got more interesting because Vince said, quote, "I'm not going to hook up or cross any boundaries, of course. Not that it would ever be an option for me anyway." I just want to pause there. So does that mean if it was an option that Vince might think about it? It was kind of strange wording. So that's what he said August 2nd. And then we've seen a lot of activity, a lot of closeness. Morgan has been nonstop like a barnacle to Vince. To be fair, she's been trying to keep people off the block and protect her allies. I'll give her that. But Kelsey has spoken. Vince's girlfriend came out and clarified that Vinny the Lip does not have a pass to flirt and do whatnot in the Big Brother house. Here it is so you can see it for yourself. Kelsey said, "I never gave him an okay to flirt as a strategy. We talked extensively about boundaries before he left." So from reading this, the vibe I get is maybe she's feeling like he crossed those boundaries. So Vince may be going home unemployed and single and without $750K. Maybe if he wins, though, Kelsey will forgive him. Somebody on X said, "I just realized Vince is the male version of Nicole Frenzel. Once you see it, you can't unsee it." That made me laugh because let's be real, Nicole did flirt her way through a couple of seasons all the way to a win. Alongside Kelsey saying Vince does not have a pass, we saw on the feeds Wednesday night he was telling Morgan she should stay the night up in the HOH room with him since have-nots are over. Then Vince also later told Morgan she should stay in case she has ideas in the middle of the night so they can talk them over. It was like 3 or 4 times in different ways that Vince was talking to Morgan about why she should stay upstairs. Then he was rubbing Morgan's shoulders. Vince has had his hands up her shirt sleeves, which is kind of a little more than friendly. It's a little weird. I think it's a lot for his poor girlfriend to watch. 7 years she's put in with him. So I wouldn't drag her into this, but she spoke out. So I just wanted to share that. For the record, Morgan did not stay the night, and she does mention Kelsey, and, you know, she's not, I don't think she's looking for something. I don't know. But Vince made it clear that Morgan could come back upstairs at any time. I'd probably be a little ticked if I was the girlfriend. Also, just a side note about plans after Big Brother 27 is over. Ashley's got her whole $50 per pop cameo plan that I think is way overpriced. But in terms of people going on other shows, I would definitely like to see Keanu on The Challenge. I think he would be much better on there than on Big Brother. And I really, really want to see Vince on The Traitors. Him, his mustache, and his manky beanie. I think he would be fire on The Traitors. All right, now to the big reveal. Your week 8 head of household. Now, with Katherine out and Kelley barely skating by, there's a lot of people that would like to see Rachel targeted. You know, there's a lot of people that would like to see Kelley on the block. They don't want her on jury. This is going to be the last pre-jury eviction. Vince is very worried because he can't play HOH, and he feels like he has definitely unpacked what side of the house that he's allied with. And I think that's true enough, but he did stay loyal to the judges, which helped him. Keanu could be a Real House target for basically trying to take over his HOH. Mickey has been a growing target that the judges are worried about because she had been getting cozy with the other side of the house. She's been talking smack about a lot of other people for weeks. We've had Rachel and Keanu arguing. And of course, there's the fact that it's week 8 and Rachel not having touched the block yet is completely insane. So the big question is the HOH somebody who's going to make that big move? All right, drum roll. Your week 8 head of household is Keanu. And it looks like the last 2 that were in the HOH comp in first and second place were Kelley and Keanu, and he won it in the end. Now, if he sticks to what he said while Cam talking and speaking to others, Rachel should be safe this week. And he even talked about if she ended up on the block, he would use the veto on her. At the same time, telling Vince he should have taken that shot. But Keanu has also said, even before he and Rachel reconciled, that he didn't want to be the one to take the shot at her. Keanu said if he won this week, he would nominate Mickey and Morgan and Ashley. Now, I'm interested to see if Rachel could talk him out of nominating at least Morgan and Ashley. She would probably be okay with him letting Mickey go if some of the people she likes had to go on the block. So we'll see how it goes. Ava hates Keanu. So will she be back up there? I don't know, because I don't even think Keanu knows that. We will have more information on who is going on the block tomorrow. Check back soon.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.